I'm a firm believer that what is for you does not pass you. I mean that what is for you does not and will not pass you, because who God has for you is for you. And truly, this is why it's important to know who you are at the end of the day and to live and be your authentic self, because you want someone to see you. Inhale, exhale. Because sometimes you need it. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Bree Free is me. If you're new to my channel, hey. If you are a friend already, what's up? It's never too late to be a part of this community. You just have to hit the like and subscribe button down below, and don't forget, send this off to a friend, because listen, I know we all need it. We going through some things. As you know, on this channel I discuss self-care, self-love. I promote wellness and how to get back centered to your true and authentic selves. Now, let's get into it. Y'all, this topic has been heavy on my mind for the past couple of days, and I'm not gonna cry through it, because we are on the other side of it right now. But if I do cry, that is very well and fine. So I want to talk about breakups. Breakups. What happens when you have invested your time, your love, your trust, your resources, your energy into someone and it has not been reciprocated? We have all been there, done that, got the t-shirt, okay? And it is a painful experience, painful experience. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a little story time about me and my moment of heartbreak and what I learned from it. So I was in a relationship that I had poured a lot into emotionally. I was really emotionally invested in this relationship, and things were going well. At least from my perspective, things were going well, and I felt like this person was my person, y'all. I thought, all right, wrap it up. Nobody else. This is who I'm with. This is who I'm gonna marry. And we're just gonna go ahead and ride off into the sunset and be good and be great. And let me tell you something. God smacked me with that sandal so hard. And I had never felt a pain that I had felt at the end of that relationship. And I think what happened in the course of that relationship, because I was so emotionally invested, I lost sight of so many things. And I had clung to that person because to me, they felt like safety, they felt like home, they felt like peace, they felt like all these things that I was missing or I had maybe craved, right? And I just remember at the end of it, thinking to myself that, but I can be this person for that person, and we can make this work. And honestly, they were telling me that it's just not gonna work. They try to say it like really sweet, really nice, but they were just giving me the straightforward answer, or the hidden answer of it's just not gonna work. And I just remember like bawling my eyes out, and thinking, man, I could have been better at this. I could have done this differently. Maybe if I had, we would have worked, because we could have made it work. And I'm here to tell you, especially if you're going through or have gone through that, and maybe you're on the other side, that relationship had to end. Because no matter what it is that you were going to give, that person was just not open and welcome to receiving it. And as much as you were to try to tweak little things here and there, to form this person that person in front of you loves or wants, it wasn't going to be you. It really wasn't going to be you. And if you had stayed in that relationship, maybe you could have extended it a little longer, maybe by a couple of months, maybe by even a year or two. But I guarantee you would have changed for them, and maybe they would have been happy, but you would have been miserable. And my takeaway from this, if you don't know your worth and you don't know yourself, when you get with someone who is aware and confident of themselves, they can very well drag you through the mud and put you through it because they know you don't know your self-worth. Bottom line, that is the honest truth. Because now that I kind of look back in hindsight, I know that if I had stayed in that relationship because I had clung on so much, because of the safety, because of the peace, because of that, they would have had me on the palm of their hand. And let me tell you, if I had stayed longer, I would have probably felt less confident about myself. I would have probably had low self-esteem. I would have probably questioned everything that I do and every move that I make. And I would have probably walked on eggshells throughout the relationship because I would have felt that if I would have done anything wrong or I would have done anything different, that they, that they didn't like, whatever the case may be, that I could potentially lose that person. But see, this is the thing. You have to not be afraid of losing someone. The last thing you should want to do is lose yourself because of someone. I think in getting in a healthy relationship, everything about you should just elevate. Everything about you should elevate. And so if that person walks away from you and you felt depleted, or you're in it and you feel depleted, it ain't for you. If you in any way want to change your true identity, your true person at the core for someone, it ain't for you. Because naturally, you will want to be a better person because you're in a great relationship. It's the truth. It's the truth. And I honestly felt that who I am today, she would not exist if that man did not break my heart. And it sucks because I had to go through it and I was like, I don't deserve it. I really didn't deserve it. I'm too nice of a person. I'm too good of a person. But truthfully, I had to go through it because I think on the other side of the fence or coming out of it, listen, I am confident. I know my worth. I know what value I bring to any establishment, any person that I am paired with. And I probably wouldn't have seen that being with that person. I really had to just go through heartbreak for me to discover like who I really am at my core. And going forward with anyone, if I decide to ever entertain the idea of being with somebody's son, I know that God would not pair me with someone that I am truly unequally yoked with. Every relationship is met with some form of resistance because it's just two different people who have lived two different lives who are just pairing themselves together. But I realize the more that you go into something and realize there is a ton of resistance, a ton of friction happening, a ton of opposition happening, and you're not moving as yourself, you're finding yourself walking on eggshells around that person, you're finding yourself questioning yourself about it. I'm a firm believer that what is for you does not pass you. I mean that. What is for you does not and will not pass you. Because who God has for you is for you. And truly, this is why it's important to know who you are at the end of the day and to live and be your authentic self, because you want someone to see you in all forms. Now, if you're in the dating stages, y'all only went on one date, until you know that you're sure to want to go on another date with this person, then you kind of like let them really know who you are. But it is so important to just know who you are, because a lot of times that we meet people and we're meeting the representative of them, we're not really meeting them like where they know themselves. So when you come out of a heartbreak, or when you're going through that process, like really sit with yourself and ask yourself, like, who am I? Like, who was I for that person? Who am I for myself and away from it? Because listen, if you sit in those emotions, especially those negative ones, that thing will take you down a rabbit hole, okay? And it'll leave you depressed, okay? It'll leave you crying, okay? It'll leave you in a state of anxiety and a state of resentment, and it'll make you callous and cold. And that's not what we're trying to do, because we don't want that person that has broken our heart to take control over who we now choose as a life partner, or to block us from receiving love. Because what that person should have done for you is to come into your life, teach you a lesson, and then whatever you learn from that, you then redefine and keep what sticks and let go of what doesn't. Because I can honestly say, I would not be sitting in front of this camera, having the confidence to talk to y'all, tell y'all my business, because I'm an introvert, to be quite honest, if I had not endured what I did. And listen, I cried. I'm not even lie. I cried. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. But I didn't stay there. I let those feelings come and go. But I didn't stay there, because I feel had I would have kept what that person did to me, I honestly probably would have been like, screw love. I don't want to be with nobody. Don't nobody talk to me. Yeah. But ultimately, is that what I want? No. I want to always press forward. I want to look at the positive of things. Because, I'm always teaching y'all, like, everything in your life, there's a lesson behind it. There's a lesson behind it, whether good, bad, or indifferent. Everything is a lesson behind it. And whether don't let what that person came in and did to you, let that be where you stop in life. Because some people get hurt by a person, and they write everything off after that. They write love off. They write everything off, and you don't want that to happen. But I will say this, it really has like sharpened my senses. It really has allowed me to grow closer to God. It has definitely sharpened my discernment, and it definitely has also allowed me to just be able to fully and totally surrender the idea of a relationship, surrender the idea of what I think XYZ is. I just came to God, like, truly in a sense of, Lord, I cannot do it anymore. This thing has riddled me to the core. And what am I to do next? And who am I to become next? And I think when you go to God in that space of like true giving it all to Him, and coming to Him looking busted and crying, I think that's when He says, all right, you're ready. You're ready for me to work on you. And I think once I did that, I began to see other areas of my life flourish. I began to see a little bit more clarity with my decision making. I began to see like there is a confidence and there's a strength in me that I did not know I had. And because of that pain that I experienced, it really did allow me to look at all the other areas in my life and realize, where was I really relaxing at? Like, what was I kind of like letting go? How was I like, and I kid you not, I changed a lot of things, okay? I changed a lot of things, but all good, all good, all good. So I just want to say this. If you really are going through or have gone through that, Listen, it does get better. It does get better. You just have to make sure that when you're going through those emotions, you don't stay there. You take it for what it is. You learn from it what you need to learn from it. You realize that every person kind of comes with their own set of and what don't match with yours, go ahead and push it off. And you'll be a better person after it. And just give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, because listen, we don't know any better. And if we did, would we do better? Probably. But there is a testimony in the test, always. If you have ever experienced any form of heartbreak, and you are now over that hump, I'd like for us to have a little chat down in the comments below. Let me know how you made it through heartbreak and what you do after the heartbreak is important, because some of those things that you go through can take you uphill, and some of the things that you stay in and you don't get over can take you downhill. And as for your girl, I am trying to go uphill, okay?